My name's Joe, we are Ashville'S Scaffolding, and this is episode 12. So we're back for episode 12. Today I'm announcing the episode on site, so I've been getting a little bit of stick recently. People are saying that a lot of stuff's too much in the pickup and not enough out and about, so I thought we were going to get down to the nitty gritty straight away. We're on site, we've got Kieran Ratcliffe walking there up to his position in line. And yeah, the boys are up there now, so I don't know if you can tell where we are yet, but if you look here, you will see that we are on site with Ashville. Now, how this came about is he put on his Instagram last week that he needed a scaffolder to come and erect this in his yard. Now, we don't have any dealings with him. It's not someone that we know personally. However, we know people that do know him. And although I went in direct to the office myself, I've got to thank James at Beachall Joinery, who works with Welder Fabber, who has obviously pressed the button from their side to get us in here. And I've also got to thank Hass, who came from my brother at Mac Demolition, and he knows Daniel personally and got us in as well. So there's people there, and I'm very grateful. Obviously, in terms of what we're trying to do in both the real world and on YouTube, this is a potential very, very good client and someone that is very good to be in and around him. So we're extremely grateful, and this project's gonna be an absolute belter. G, you right? Yeah, good, bro. The boys are up here now, just cracking on. Obviously, we've got Zid over there sorting out fittings. Up there, we've got Clipped On. We've got the boys. We've got Ross, Kieran, Drew, and Sean. We've got Dritan on the floor. Now, what the boys are doing is sorting out all the beams and everything, getting everything together to go up on top of the containers. Now, what Daniel's asked for is to have a boarded platform, as you'll see, at our first lift level, so here and here. And obviously what that is access into the containers. Now, to get up to them, we're gonna be putting a staircase down either side from this first level here down. And then what they're gonna do is put a ladder up through to the second lift, where we'll have a crash deck on top of the containers on either side. So it'll be one here and one over there. You've got the boys putting in the structure for here. It'll be a case of a temporary roof that's gonna sit underneath here. So we're gonna have the crash deck either side, and then underneath here, it's going to be storage for machinery. So the boys are going to make this fully watertight. Obviously, we've got the beams running, we've got the slope falling to the rear of the containers. At the back, usually, and as you've seen on most of our projects, what we'd do is we'd install monoflex sheeting around the back and around the side to keep everything watertight. However, on this one, what Daniel's asked for is for us to use the corrugated iron sheets, the scaffold sheets, which we'll show you here. And obviously, they're going to sit on top of the structure all the way down, and again, down the back to make sure that nothing can get in. Usually, our business model is to supply and erect the scaffolding. So obviously what we'll do is we'll supply the material for X amount of time, and then once that time lapses, it will then run into additional hire. However, on this project, all we are doing is supplying the labor. So I've had a deal with Daniel, and what we're doing is using his material from his old yard, and our only job is to supply the labor and make sure this is as tidy as it can be. What the boys had to do when we first got here was take these towers up either side. So we've got one that's gone up here, we've got one that's gone up there, and then it's a case of joining our ladder beams. They're the solid brass looking beams. They weigh an absolute ton. Then it was a case of installing our ladder beams from the towers, so from the outside standards right the way across. We've installed the ladder beams both on the front and on the back. And any scaffolder or anyone who's handled one before will know just how heavy and difficult they are to work with. Now, obviously where we are here, where we're at Ashville'S site, there's a lot of machinery. He did have a forklift here, but typically, I think this is Stella's luck with machines, that actually died yesterday. So it's temporarily out of use, and it would have been very, very helpful. However, luckily, they've got another machine here, which has helped us to get material up to the boys. It saved a lot of time and stress on the boys. We're getting there, mate. We're getting there. We're moving.
The lads are doing really well. It's really professional. I'm happy. Oh, this man works fast, you know. I put up an Insta post, and the man got in contact with me for about 10 different people, and he was here the next day, and the next morning, 7:30 a.m., the boys started. We're very happy. The lads don't need to be managed. It's going really well. We're getting on well. So yeah, I can't wait till it's finished. I'm in and out the yard the entire time. The boys have got their own space. They don't need to be managed. I'm happy.
You got a stressful day ahead of you, or you?
Mate, it's just hard. It's relentless, but we're at a stage where, so we're cycling up a hill, and it's a long hill, but like this is the future. Like I can see the future. It's a long way away. But I can see it.
It's the same thing for us though. That's what I would say. Is my goals are miles away of where I want to get to, and I feel like I'm at the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah.
But even like being around you, obviously you're in like a different industry to me. But for me, obviously, and I know you feel like you're nowhere near where you want to be yet, but I feel like I'm even further behind that. So it's like what you've done on YouTube, what you've done in the real world, in business here, is for me, it's good to be around, and it's made me realise that my pressures are actually quite small. The numbers that I'm dealing with.
Nah, it's just, do you know what it is? It's the same pressure. There just might be a couple more zeros. And so you might be stressed out with 20 staff, and someone else is stressed out with 200 staff. But it's all relative. But I got to tell you, mate, it's going to get no easier. It's only going to get harder. Don't think it's going to get bigger and then it's going to get easier. It's only going to get harder.
100%. But I'm excited for it. Like I said to you on day one, I can handle the heat. So when things, I'm ready for it.
Good man. It's nice to see young entrepreneurs trying, giving it a go. Like when I tell you it takes guts, like it takes guts to just wake up and say, oh, I'm going to do my own thing. It takes a lot of guts, and it's not easy.
Well, isn't it? Like you become owned by your business.
Yep. You got to completely submerge yourself in it, and you think about it day. There's no day off, no such thing. 100%. You'll be thinking about it the entire time. So 100%. I'm glad to see young fellas coming up and trying this. It's inspirational. So they got to keep me on my toes, because now I can't let these lot past me.
And we're trying to steal a few viewers.
I wish you the best on your journey, my brother.
Maybe I'll come back on Monday when it's done, maybe, or Tuesday, whatever.
Don't stress yourself.
Yeah. No, I know. 100%. Now, my next thank you for my top and my jacket is for Jack at 3Q Sportswear. So Jack contacted me, asked if he could send me a couple of bits, and he sent these out. The jacket's absolutely lovely, and the t-shirt fits spot on. So I'm probably going to get a bit of stick for how snug it is. Jack did recommend a large. However, certain people like to wear things slightly small. I'm one of them. But I'd like to say a big thank you to Jack. The stuff is absolutely spot on, and make sure you check him out, Jack at 3Q Sportswear.
Best fella I've ever worked with.
Really,
I've been doing this concrete since 2001.
Really?
These lorries, and I've worked for a couple of different firms, but he is by far the best man.
We're filming for our YouTube channel, and the guys are filming for theirs. So behind us, we've actually got a time-lapse camera set up by the Ashville guys. We've also got a GoPro that is run out of battery, so I've got to go and find the guys now and get them to get this on charge. On the end, right on the end of there. Yeah.
What? Yeah. Up. I got two.
How much oversail you got, love?
I'll give you a measurement.
You wouldn't dare.
I will.
9 inches.
Off the beam. I got 11. Go an inch, you have 10 each. Oh, banging.
Oh, that's got like some Vaseline or something on it. That is the weirdest sensation.
That looks heavy. Yeah. Good, temperature.
When it's got a bend in it, makes it so much harder, doesn't it? Oh. Where you are, twist it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
39.5 a metre.
And you want to get same overhang, yeah? Same overhang on the other end. Is that hanging out the same?
Going into the centre, yeah?
Yeah.
So we've left the boys cracking on there. I've now got to go and see a supplier who's looking to do some sponsorship stuff with us. So I'm on the way to see them now. I think shortly the boys will be going on lunch and then we'll be back there with the supplier. I think they've got some bits for the boys as well. It was very good to have a chat with Daniel, have him on the channel. Very good bit of exposure for us. We're going to be featured on his channel as well. Building, we're moving, and yeah, things are certainly going in the right direction.
There's all this shouting going on up the road. Jay's like, I'm police. Run off up there. British Transport Police just nabbed some fella, like a little bag thief. Yeah, Jay's just run over there. Jumped on the back of it.
It's a true scaffolder, that is.
That is, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Pinned the fella down. He done it really well. Yeah, coppers loved him.
So that was Brownie that just phoned up there. So obviously the boys are on the way to a job, our Paddington project. As they're coming up to the job, they've seen obviously a bit of a commotion going on now. Someone's obviously stolen a woman's handbag and a load of other stuff. And there's a police officer's on there wrestling around on the floor with the person. He's screaming for help, saying someone help him, someone help him. And Jamie's obviously seen the commotion going on, stormed over in true hero fashion and got hold of the fella, put him on the deck, as we'll show you here. So yeah, as you can see there, the fella's definitely not going anywhere. Jamie's a big boy. Jamie, well done. You are the hero of this episode.
You on the channel, man.
So yeah, that's Perry, that's David, you got Sean, obviously one of the foremen. Drew, Drew, part 2 scaffolder.
I don't know if you guys into freebies.
Of course they are.
Who isn't?
Yeah.
Caps, sunglasses and gloves.
Oh no.
That looks hard, doesn't it?
Perfect for holidays.
Yeah. So we just had leeches turn up, obviously the 2 guys, Perry and David here. What they've done is they brought some stuff to the boys, which obviously is amazing. We're very grateful for, and yeah, they've just come through, met all the boys, and essentially we're probably going to start doing some stuff with them. Obviously in our industry, they're probably the pioneers of scaffold suppliers and safety, and obviously we're trying to become a pioneer in scaffolding safety. So the 2 companies work very well together, and obviously at this point it's just an intro to them and the boys. Yeah, again, thank you guys for everything that you've done and for what you brought through for the boys.
I think when they originally did it,
Yeah.
I think they got bored,
Right.
clamped the board to that, and then screwed this to the board.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The issue of that though, obviously that's going to pierce holes in them.
Yeah, they did. See it? They screwed it. That's
Really?
what they did, yeah. They screwed, see here? So they attached the board to it. If you're doing it with the clamps,
Yeah.
1, I don't have the clamps.
Yeah.
2, I'll get these siliconed after because that's not on you.
All the foundations are in for your roof. It's now just a case of getting onto the sheets, but I think the plan is to start sheeting now, but obviously I don't think we're going to be able to from not having the right Wrigley's, but I'll shout out to the boys.
We call them Wrigley's.
Wrigley's, yeah.
Like the chewing gum.
Yeah, Wrigley's, yeah. But I've got a load in the yard, so.
Okay, see? I learn a new term every day.
Means we need to get clamps from our yard. Yeah, what's become apparent is obviously, like I said earlier, we're not using any of the material here, that's our material. They were meant to stay at their old yard, however, they've ended up moving out, and what it means is that the sheets that they've got here are actually no good. So the guys originally, they built a scaffold at Daniel's old yard. What they've done is they've obviously laid timber down on top of the scaffold and they've drilled through the sheets into the board. Now, if you're staying there as a permanent fixing, which I think it was supposed to be, that's fine. They've ended up having to move yards, and obviously what it's meant now is all of the sheets have got holes in, so they're no good. However, what we need to do is get Wrigley's from our yard, the roofing clamps, and once it's then done and complete, Daniel's gonna send a man up to silicone all the holes through. So it's not ideal, but again, there's a solution, so we can keep moving.
How many sheets are going to go there? 60, 70?
Sheets?
Yeah.
You said about 70, yeah.
Yeah, it's
70,
easily that,
so
yeah.
you're gonna need-
I reckon maybe more.
You're not going to need more than, normally you used to use half of it, like 70 sheets.
Maybe like 40, yeah, 40 I reckon. Grittan's managed to pull out 40 Wrigley's from somewhere. What it means, the boys can now start sheeting, so the plan now is going to be to wrap up the tin hat up there, which the boys are now making progress with. Obviously the sheets are up there, the Wrigley's around the back, so everything's going to come up and the boys can get cracking. So we were going to have to pull off, but we're now going to pull back on to the roof and get it wrapped up. The very handy part of being on site of Ashville is there's machinery at our disposal whenever we need it. So these forks had died initially, however they're now back in action, and to be honest, they've actually not had many issues with them, so it just shows that Stella are cursed when it comes to machinery. But yeah, they've been a great help. So the sheets have gone up there now. Obviously it saves a massive part on the labour, and yeah, the boys can now keep moving. So the sheets are up there, the Wrigleys are up there, and it's now time to get our sheet wrapped up so the roof is covered. What's the plan now?
We're going to get it sheeted, get it sheeted by the end of the day. Hopefully start the 2 gantries. Ask for a couple of gantries on top of the containers here for storage. So we've got short ladder beams to run across right to left. He did have other ladder beams to run underneath, but I don't think we're going to need them. Hopefully we can drop legs down the other side of this just to pick up the beams on this side. Fully handrail it for him. We've got a staircase to put on the right hand side and a staircase to put on the left hand side to give him access to the containers at the first floor storage. The sheets are basically, our roofing sheets are going to run down the back of the roof as well. He don't want mono because of the noise.
For that, like, what's your
so
plan
we build
gonna
a scaffold from the floor. Now we've got our legs connected to the beams.
Yeah.
We'll run a ledger in across our standards and build a scaffold up.
Three lifts?
Might get it in. I'll put a kicker in it. First, second, yeah, you get it in 3. Cool.
I had a small issue though, where the sheets have got holes in. What it means obviously is Daniel said that the boys will fill it in after, but obviously the way that the sheets are overlapping, we're gonna have to fill it as we go. But luckily, they've got some sealant on site. I'm gonna send it up to the boys now and they're gonna have to seal it as they go. So it's not the norm, but it will get the job done. So, and make sure that the roof remains watertight, which is obviously the whole sole focus of it being in place. We've gone on a raid. We've managed to find a load of good sheets. So we did actually find some mastic that we no longer need. So the good sheets here are about to go up on these forks. So by pure luck, they're on bites ready to go as well. So the forks can come straight in, zip them up and straight up to the boys. Got the last rows of sheets going on now. So 2 are long, which is our 21-foot tubes. When you're sheeting, you actually get 9 rows of sheets. So the boys have got 7 in, we've got 2 more, you've got 1 more here, and then the one that will just sit slightly over the beam on this side to make sure that we're slightly overhung, which obviously means that the rain can't get in. So we have to oversail on either end, fully sheet it all the way down, and that means that we're then, anything that's inside of that, obviously the rain getting in is to a minimum. So that is the roof wrapped up. So in the end, we managed to pull it out the bag. We found a load of sheets that they didn't realise they had that were absolutely spot on. So they were nice and tidy, no holes in at all. So the roof is now done. Obviously, we've got the guys filming here for Ashville'S channel as well. So that's going to be a feature that you guys will see. Just adding the mat now, which is their last line of tube. But as we stand, the roof is nearly done and it's another successful day on Stella. Are you happy with ladders from here up? Are you happy with ladders from... So obviously, I know you've got the staircase going in here, but what's your access to this point up here?
I think we're going to have to use ladders.
Ladders, yeah?
I think so. I can't see any other way. That access up there is kind of for the forklift to put things up and then for people to manoeuvre it when it's up there.
Right, okay.
The important thing with the access up there is to have the boards all clipped down really well.
Right,
because there's going to be some heavy stuff. Walking with
well, I think there's ball clips anyway, so we can clamp them all down. Yeah.
Down really well.
There
could be some heavy stuff.
I just don't know how good your boards are. That's the only issue I've got, and how many there are.
I think I've moved some to the storage yard as well. So
it'll probably be Monday that anyway, but...
Then what'll happen is all the jobs will come at one time.
100%. No, that's what's happening. I can see that's what's going to happen. September will be mayhem.
He goes, will they be here on Monday? I was like, I think so.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, we are. Yeah. Probably Tuesday. I reckon 2 more days. I reckon. To get it all looking pristine.
They'll be sheeting on the side as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so you want the sheeting on the sides and the back, don't you? You want these the same sheets, yeah? Yeah, fine. So the boys are just up there now doing the finishing touches. Obviously, they're just getting the last line of tube, which is the mat on top of the roof. I feel like all you guys are seeing at the minute is tin hats. But listen, if it's keeping us moving, it's keeping us working. Sweet, Rossi, bro, have a good weekend, mate, yeah? And for us, obviously, what we're trying to do, that project there, is in terms of scaffold, is, as you'll know, it's not a very complex one. It's not a major job in terms of what we do. However, how we're trying to get ourselves out there now and the YouTube and the content we're doing, there's probably no better man really to do a collaboration with at this point. So very grateful for the opportunity again. Obviously massive thank you to the guys who pushed to get us in. Obviously a lot of you inundated us. As soon as Daniel put his story up, you guys were inundating me with DMs and messages to get on this, get on this, get on this. Obviously I done my bit and a few of you guys done the same, and obviously I'm massively grateful to every single one of you. I feel like I'm always saying the same thing, and I feel like I always say I'm always saying the same thing. I'd have to get a t-shirt done saying I'm always saying the same thing, but no, listen, I'm just so grateful for everything. Like obviously at times I do lose my head, yeah. It's very cutthroat. Everyone can be slightly hot-headed, you know, it's all go, go, go. And rows happen, but that's fine, like we're men, you know. Sometimes we fall out, but we make up, we get back to it, and the job gets done. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to every single person that's helped this opportunity come to the table. It's definitely a massive springboard for us and an absolute pleasure to work with someone who, I have to say, if I'm honest, and I feel it's only right that I do say this, people tell me that I'm an inspiration for what I'm doing in this year, and if I'm honest, I don't really feel worthy of that yet, but I'm very grateful. And what I do have to say, that man there is a massive inspiration to me, and I'm sure it's to a lot of you as well. And to be rubbing shoulders with someone like that, for me at this early stage, is an absolute blessing. And again, thank you to every single one of you. Now, on the back of that, I'm going to wrap up the episode. We also have another belter coming next week, a very special episode, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. But that's going to wrap up episode 12. So thank you again to every single person who tunes in, comments, likes, and has subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And yeah, again, just thank you to every single one of you. I'm absolutely loving this. It's an absolute pleasure to deal with you all and talk to you all. And I'm just loving the whole process from top to bottom. So again, thank you to everyone. And we'll see you again next week for episode 13.